I'm the Burke and I do things, and today is the beginning of Vlogmas. Welcome to Vlogmas. Hope you guys like the introduction. Scott edited that one for us again this year. I think this is his 4th or 5th time making the Vlogmas intro. These videos are gonna be fairly laid back. Not that my videos are usually not laid back, but even more so now. We're just gonna sit, we're just gonna chill. We're gonna talk about some stuff. Today, we're gonna talk about makeup. Some days we won't talk about makeup, some days we will. A little bit of everything. Today's video is going to be the 24 items that I had wanted to pan in 2024. Honestly, I just went back and rewatched that video and had zero clue that I had some of these on the list. And it's a little embarrassing. Also realizing my nails look terrible right now, so please disregard that. Let me pull up my list because actually some things that I have on this list were things that I had to declutter this year. So I think I technically have 22 items sitting in front of me. So I'll just go in the order that I had this in my video. So the first item that I planned to pan this year was from Illamasqua, and this is their Hydra Veil Primer. I did successfully finish this one up. I think I finished this one up very early in the year too. This was like a jelly consistency primer. It was fine, but it was very silly for the size of this product. The next is another primer, and it's one that I'm fairly certain I never reached for the entire year. So polar opposites. This is the Pure 4-in-1 Correcting Primer. And honestly, she still feels pretty full. I just finished a full-size primer recently, and since then, I've been focusing on a lot of my smaller primers. So that's probably another really big reason that I haven't been reaching for this one. The next on my list is another success. This is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. Was this the only foundation I finished this year? That's possible. This one was super, super low coming into the year. Like, I had originally wanted to finish it last year. That's how low this was. This one, I'm pretty sure I purchased in 2018. It's a really, really nice foundation. However, these days, I typically am looking for something that's a little less coverage than this offers. Today, I'm wearing the, I'm blanking, it's a BB cream. Oh, I'm wearing the Purito BB cream today. It's just a little lighter coverage-wise, feels a little lighter on the skin, so this is not something I'm repurchasing anytime, probably ever. The next is another one that I really didn't reach for. Now, this being said, when I recorded this video last year, I had zero clue whether or not we were moving. So once moving kicked in, stuff was getting packed up. I only had one little makeup bag full of stuff. Sorry, a warplane's apparently flying over my house right now. I don't know if you can hear it. So I don't even think I touched my L'Oreal Pro Glow this year, unfortunately. This one does feel really low. However, it's a deeper shade, so I can only use it if I'm self-tan, and I feel like I didn't do too much of that this year, again, with the busyness. All right, the next one, number 5, is actually one I had to declutter. It's the Haley's BB Drop Foundation, and I went to use this, it was before we moved. It was probably in the springtime. It expired. Like, it's been a long time since I tried to put something on my face and just was like, whoa, I cannot use this. It's so bad. It broke me out. It had turned to like this really terrible oily consistency. Like, it was not usable. So yeah, that was one I had to declutter, sadly. Next on my list is another completion. I feel like we're knocking out the completions a lot faster. It's not this exciting the whole time. And that is from Revlon. This is a concealer I've had for quite a while. Again, this was something I think I wanted to finish last year, and it kind of rolled into this year. This is the Candy Concealer from Revlon. I really like this. Like, I fully took the stopper out and worked on this, but I really have been enjoying the NYX Serum Concealer to the point where, like, I've already repurchased a second one versus, like, I've only ever used one of these. So yeah, I like this, but it's not my favorite concealer. Okay, here's the other one I had to declutter, and it's the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer. And that was one I was trying to pan until the doe foot just like fell off one day and made it completely unusable. It wasn't a concealer I loved. I wasn't gonna like figure out how to like use a different mechanism to use the concealer, and I had to declutter it, sadly. Another completion item is the Becca Under Eye Corrector. This one was hard. This one was hard. So this is from still when Becca was Becca, not when they moved to Smashbox. This really is a favorite. After this, I've had the Milani Under Eye Corrector for a while, and I just hate the packaging. And I say that because it's like one of the poofs, like the popular poofs, except when you close it, it all squirts out and it's such a mess. However, I recently got the stick under eye corrector from NYX. I really like it. It's not glowy like the Becca, but I think it still performs incredibly well. So it's kind of scratching the itch that I am lacking from not having this. Next on my list is another completion item, and that is the Born This Way powder from Too Faced. I got this gigantic size in 2018 during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, and I finally like took the sifter out and everything. I'm very happy to be done with it. I'm working on another big one right now that I cannot wait to be done with, but that one is a very long-term goal. Oh gosh, another completion. You guys, it's because these are the like face products, the base products. Everything else is terrible. All right, this was the Becca Light Shifter Finishing Veil. This still, I have not found something I like as much as this powder, sadly. Maybe the Hourglass ambient lighting powders are kind of similar, but again, I have them in like the big Hourglass palette and mine are almost completely used up, so I don't really have anything in my collection right now that scratches that itch. All right, here's one that I barely made progress on this year, and it's the IT Cosmetics Brow Power. This one is really, really hard for me to use because it does take a lot of pressure and the pigmentation is super low on this one compared to my brow shade. So I don't know. I don't foresee this one rolling forward into a plan to pan because it doesn't seem to make sense. All right, another fail. The e.l.f. Precise Brow. I don't know what it is about this that I really don't like. So this is neutral brown. I've been using the other brow pencil I have and that's in neutral brown and I've been liking it better. But like, I don't know if I touched this at all this year. If I ever finish it up, it's not getting purchased again. This one is not finished, but I made really good progress on it. This is the Makeup Revolution Cream Bronzer. I will say probably the main reason this didn't get finished up is because after summertime, I really wanted to take a step back from being ultra bronzy in my makeup looks. So once I feel like next summer comes rolling around, I feel like that's when this will finally be an empty, hopefully by the end of next year. Dude, I don't know how much I reached for this, if even at all this year, the MAC Glow Play Blush. This one obviously has a lot of wear and tear in it, but again, with like such a limited access to a small makeup collection over the last few months and not like really rotating that much through my collection, this just hasn't gotten the love I anticipated it would get this year. Again, another one, I don't think I got this one much love either, the Ilia Multi-Stick. It's not a lot of product. I have mentioned I finished a full size of one of these a couple years ago. It is doable. I think it's because it's a more cool toned mauvey blush, which isn't necessarily my go-to. That's why it hasn't been showed much love. All right, here's another finish. This is the Pure Bliss Makeup Setting Spray. This was probably the oldest setting spray in my collection. I had gotten it before being on YouTube, on Amazon. It's really not that extraordinary. I won't get it again. All right, again, I think I've used this a handful of times. It's about halfway used up, the Tarte Ready Set Radiant. It's not an all-time favorite. I was focusing on others this past year, and especially working on like a small makeup bag, this was very large to justify including. This one, the INN Beauty Project Setting Mist. Talk to me. Has anyone else ever had this and used it? This is technically in my current project pan. You can see there's a line here, and this is how low it is. You also can tell that it's one of these that has an oil and you kind of shake it up and mix it together. I don't know how to make this work. I don't usually have this feeling of like, I just need to get rid of this. Like, I don't know what to do with it. So I'm going to ask you guys, do you have this and do you use it and how do you make it work? Because I have fairly dry skin. I can't figure out how to make this work. Let me know. Project panning, we're doing a whole new refresh. I'm excited to show you guys what the plan is, but next is this lip oil from Wander Beauty. This is the one I use before I do my makeup, and somehow it still isn't empty, even though this time last year I was using it before doing my makeup. It's gotta be really low. It's, yeah, I mean, I still see product when I squeeze it. There cannot be that much left in here. So there's no way this will not be done by next year, but it did not make it into this year's empties. Gosh, I don't know if I use this at all. The Jason Wu Everyday Lip Mask. Again, this is not a favorite. I was hoping putting it in this planned video, it would make me reach for it more. That has not happened. I thought this Sugar Rush would get used up. There's not, I'm trying to see if we can see how much is even in here. I can't see how much is in here because it has this like thing in it, but there's not that much product in here. But again, this was not one that I was reaching for much this year because I also rolled in the tinier version that's in a different color and I barely use these this year. Lip products are my weakness. Next year's 25 and 25 is not gonna have a lot of lip products in it because I played myself this time around. I put a lip liner in. I don't even know if I used this Peekaboo Neutral from NYX once this year. And then lastly, I put a lipstick in. in what world did I think I was gonna finish a lipstick? To be fair, this was in a purse, so I haven't used it recently. But no matter what, I have tried panning this little tiny MAC lipstick for years and it still exists. It still smells so good. I love the smell of MAC lipsticks, but yeah. Out of 24 products, I only finished 7. 7 out of 24. To be fair, 2 went bad on me. I probably couldn't have finished the the ColourPop concealer if I tried, but 25 and 25 is going to be a little bit more realistic and have less lip products. Let me know. Did you guys hit your goals for this current year? I certainly did not. Again, this time last year as I was filming, I'm trying to think, as I had filmed this video last year, we hadn't come to visit this house yet. But we saw this house like in person. We came and visited it December 5th. So it was on our radar, but like nothing was really set in stone, honestly, until maybe like late winter, early spring, because there was a lot of figuring out of things to do. So I feel like now that we're here and we're settled and I have an idea of like our new routine, that being said, Phoebe's supposed to be starting school in January and just like, I don't really know what the plan is. I don't know what we're doing. So yeah, right now I feel like we're in a kind of a routine and that routine's gonna get flipped upside down soon. So I'll do my best to make something a little bit more realistic so that we have something to celebrate at the end of 2025. And yeah, that is it for this video. As usual, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, click the subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I have my Instagram down below, give it a follow, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.